Kia ora and welcome back everybody to the Ayres End channel. Thanks for tuning in. Well, I've had a really productive week. I've completely finished the backboard, so now the computer station and the workstation are good to go. They're all up and running. Backboard's painted, all the reference books that I use for my other projects are all in place. Only thing left to do is put a piece of worktop on top of the paint section, which is going to have track on it eventually that leads to the layout. I've managed to clear the whole of the centre of the floor. Everything's tidied up, everything's put away, and I thought I'll just lay these tapes out just to give you an idea of the layout approximate size. Probably going to be around 14 feet by 3.5, which isn't bad for an N gauge layout. I'm going to go for more detail than actual physical mass and size this time. So I'm really looking forward to it. I actually feel like I've made some progress this time. One drawback is I've now been looking online quite a lot for extra rolling stock, bits and pieces, trying to replace bits that are damaged or lost. And what I have realised is that New Zealand doesn't cater for model railways of any scale really. And what you can buy here is two things really. One, very expensive, and two, quite difficult to come by. So anything I need to get, I'm going to have to buy overseas and get it shipped over. So time and cost are definitely going to be major factors in this build, but I think that's all part of it. I'm so looking forward to doing it now. I've really got the bug again, and I love the hobby anyway. So I'll film it as I go, and you can see this literally grow from zero to hopefully something that I'm going to be quite proud of. But we'll see how we go. So, I'll just show you a bit of a closer shot of the workbench now that it's done. So the paint racks are all finished. The paints have all been dug out of their boxes and put in position. I've got my turntable ready for spinning stuff around to spray. And the more observant of you will see the most important thing on this there, the glass of wine. So I'm literally there. Everything's in place, everything's painted, everything's blocked in. And a really cool observation has been this week, with the excessively hot temperatures that we've had and the violent thunderstorms, is this backboard, as you can see it's quite close to the garage door, it actually performs the duties of a heat shield and keeps the temperature in here down quite nicely. Okay, I'll take you outside and show you the access door that I've made in the back of the layout. So eventually when this is covered in, that will be the means of access to the back. So all in all, a really good week. The bad weather was a blessing because it meant we couldn't go outside, so what better to do than sort the garage out. It is a nice feeling just getting everything cleared, because I can really concentrate now on constructing the baseboards and the framework for them. So lots of planning ahead. Next thing I need to consider really is, I read a couple of articles recently, one of which on DC and the comparisons to DCC. I've never used DCC before, so that's something I need to consider. And if I go down that route, that is quite a significant financial burden, because I'd have to buy a DCC controller, which if I buy one in New Zealand is probably going to set me back around $500, which is £300 maybe a little bit more than that, depending on the exchange rate on the day, which is quite a dent in the old pocket. The trade-off is you get such significantly better control over your trains and much more realistic. My wife has an opinion on it, which is, why would you want to replace the equipment that you've already got? And I can see that thinking, but DCC is definitely the way to go. The other impact would be that if I go DCC, then I've also got to convert all the trains over to DCC, and I've looked into that, and there isn't anywhere here that you can get that conversion done cheaply. There are people that will do it, but it is very expensive to get it done, and you have to post the stuff down to Christchurch to get it done. One quote that I had a week ago was $350 per loco, which is just obscene. That's just crazy. So if anyone's got any tips on how to do it yourself, I'm quite happy to give it a go. I've got some older locos that if I get it wrong, it's not the end of the world if I bodge it. So if anyone's got any ideas on good places of reference of how to convert a DC loco to a DCC, I would be really appreciative of any advice or tips. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. I hope you all have a good week. Stay safe travels, and I'll do another update in probably about a week when I've started to do some of the framing. Cheers now.